Just looking at this Arizona team that you guys faced last year, the result that you guys probably would have liked to have gotten back. What has changed on that tape between last year and this year defensively?
They're a really talented team. They returned eight guys on that defense and a lot of talent on that side of the ball. So obviously we know what happened last year, and we're going to do our best to avoid that and have a good week of practice this week.
Second time this season you guys are seeing defense in which there's been a coordinator change midweek. I mean, does it feel at all like that Wazoo scout where you're trying to game plan what a new guy's going to do, or is there a little more tape this time now that new DC's had a couple games and a play calling?
Yeah, it's kind of tough. He's only coached one game, the Oregon State game, so we're going to watch that game as much as we can, just watch film overall and see how they're doing, and we'll do our best to just watch as much as we can and get a feel for their defense.
Justin, how much was that game last year a turning point for everybody on this offense, where that was the only game you guys really weren't competitive and you got away from the run so much, even early in that game, that you haven't done that since. You haven't looked anything like that since, and for good reason. But mentally for you, was that a bit of a turning point?
Yeah, I think it was a good learning experience for us all. An experience that we can't go in there and expect to win. They're a really good team, and they need all of our attention. So we're going to go into this week preparing like it's our championship and go week by week.
How much do a couple of plays, like the hit on Dylan, where Cooper then says he was looking to take him out, or you were in concussion protocol after that, you hit about 4 guys there going to the goal line, just how much of those plays live with you going into this game?
Not too much. We've moved on from that. We've learned from it, and we're focused on this year. And I really like what we're doing right now, and I like the way things have been going. And I'm really excited about this game, and can't wait to get back out there.
Offense plays so well for 3 straight games, like you guys did. Is a bye week almost kind of counterintuitive with getting you guys out of momentum, and or did this team need this extra week of rest? That's
a good point. I think there's a good side and a bad side. I think the best part is we get our bodies back. A few of our offensive linemen are getting some much needed rest, and they'll be back sooner. And I think, kind of like you said, it kind of disrupts our offense, but I think we've done a great job this week and in the last week of getting back into things, so I'm excited about it.
Shane said in particular Sunday's practice just felt better compared to the previous week of the bye during the season. Just said Sunday's practice was much crisper after a bye.
Yeah, it was. We kind of knew going into this one. We had 3 turnovers the last bye, so going into this one, it needed to be a sharp practice, and I think we did a really good job of executing.
How are you feeling after the bye?
I'm good. I've got no problems with my body, and excited and watched a lot of film and getting ready for the game.
Is there any extra special motivation to get this win after last year, or are you taking this just like any other game during the season?
I think if we need any motivation, we're in some trouble, but we're really fired up, and it's the biggest game on our schedule right now. We're looking forward to it, and we're having a good week of practice.
How much of other teams and other conferences are you guys watching during the bye week? I mean, obviously it's sitting down and watching football, but like, do you kind of look at it from a critical eye when you're sitting and watching a game like LSU Bama?
Unfortunately, you can't see all 11 guys on the field when you're watching the TV copy. So I'm a big football fan, so I watch football all day on Saturdays. But especially when you're watching an opponent that you'll play in the upcoming weeks, it's good to get an early tell on it.
The season gets closer to ending, and you guys are where you are. More attention and more outside noise arise. How do you guys manage focusing in on just what you have to do this week, opposed to what could happen if you keep winning?
We've addressed it. We noticed that there's noise, but we're not going to let it distract or take away our focus. And it's something that we've addressed and we've acknowledged, and we're going to move on past it. And this is the biggest week of our season, and we're looking forward to going 1-0.
You know the guys that they have back on their defense, but they lose a guy like DJ Johnson, who's very effective in last year's game. But they have Schooler and they have Whitaker and Cooper back. What do you see as far as what makes them different this year as a team?
I don't know if they're much different. I think they're really talented. They've got a lot of guys, and they've Colin Schooler's an exceptional linebacker, and they've got some really good secondary guys. And I think overall they're a really good defense, and we've got to do our best to watch as much film as we can and get prepared for the things they do.
Kayvon said that he wants teams to fear the guys now. Attributed to your style of play being more physical than previous years. Any comments on that?
I think that's up for the public to decide. I'm not in it for making statements or anything like that, but I think I've really enjoyed what we've been able to do on offense, and I think that's for you guys to decide.
Facing an SEC team, and in the playoffs, how do you think your style matches their style of play, or?
Fortunately, we've got Arizona this week, so we're all focused on Arizona, and we're getting prepared for them and looking forward to playing on Saturday.
you talk about how Jawan has become more of a offensive weapon for you over the last couple games, and kind of like his growth from the injury at the beginning of the season to now coming towards the end?
He's really stepped up. When we needed him most, he stepped up, and coming off that injury, it's tough, and he kind of got behind a couple guys, but he never got down on himself, and he's always been a special player. So I knew going into this year he was going to step up big time.
Coach was talking about last year, one of the things you guys struggled with was beating man coverage, and there's cautious optimism going. You guys are better equipped to do that. What fuels that cautious optimism in terms of the work you've done, personnel changes, whatever?
I think we've addressed it, and we've really worked hard on that all off season. We've got a bunch of route combinations and a bunch of teaching that helped us against man, and I think that was a big emphasis going into this year and something that we've really worked on.
Do you see an evolution from the beginning of the season? And if so, what has given you the success?
I think offensively we haven't changed too much. I think we've done a good job of staying true to ourselves and doing what we do best. We've got all the pieces to the puzzle, and I think Coach Arroyo's done a great job of calling plays all year, and we've been effective when we needed to.
Thanks, Justin.